Out in the vast, freezing expanse of the cosmos, you can find environments of terrifying chaos. There are planets made entirely of crushed carbon, crushing black holes, and screaming nebulae. Nebulae are massive interstellar clouds of dust and gas where stars are either born or die. As humans, we naturally prize things that seem scarce. We dig up diamonds and gold, treating them as the ultimate symbols of wealth because they are hard to find on Earth. But zoom out past our atmosphere, and that valuation flips completely backward. In the wider universe, intense heat and extreme gravity are incredibly common. Those physical forces churn out diamonds and gold in such massive quantities that they are practically mass-produced cosmic trash. If you want to find a material that is genuinely scarce, something so mathematically improbable that it makes gold look like dirt, you have to stop looking into the deep void and look at your own backyard fence. Imagine a material so highly specific that if you scoured the Andromeda galaxy from edge to edge, you would almost certainly come up empty-handed. That intensely isolated, biologically monopolized material is wood, the exact same stuff making up the cheap utilitarian 2x4s at your local hardware store. It sounds like a joke. It is hard to accept that a mundane building material sitting on your porch right now could outclass the exotic matter found inside a star. To see why a simple plank of pine is a statistical anomaly, we have to weigh the surprisingly simplistic manufacturing capabilities of the universe against the highly restricted manufacturing limits of Earth. Creating a cosmic mineral is a straightforward recipe. If you want a diamond, you simply take carbon and subject it to immense pressure. These are purely physical processes. Because they rely on basic, omnipresent forces like gravity and heat, they will trigger automatically anywhere in the universe where those baseline conditions exist. Wood bypasses these universal rules entirely. It is not a mineral, and it is not a simple chemical compound that can be smashed together by gravity. Instead, it is a highly complex structural tissue produced only by living, vascular organisms. Vascular organisms are plants equipped with specialized internal tubes to transport water and nutrients throughout their structure. Physical forces are inevitable and work the exact same way across trillions of light years. Biological processes are exceptionally fragile, highly localized, and bound by a strict sequential timeline. This animated diagram shows what we call the biological bottleneck. It illustrates the strict, improbable sequence of evolutionary milestones the universe must successfully pass through to yield a single piece of wood. First, you need a planet located within a habitable zone. A habitable zone is the specific orbital region around a star where conditions are right for liquid water to exist. Once you have that, you then need the successful emergence of complex life. But aquatic life cannot build a tree. Those organisms must successfully transition from the oceans onto dry land to become fully terrestrial. Finally, those terrestrial plants have to survive millions of years of specific evolutionary pressure, forcing them to invent a biological mechanism to fight gravity and grow tall. That biological mechanism relies entirely on lignin. Lignin is a complex organic polymer that binds to cell walls and gives trees their rigid, woody structure. This evolutionary sequence is so difficult to achieve that for the first several billion years of Earth's own history, our planet did not possess a single molecule of lignin, and therefore, zero wood. Wood is not a guaranteed byproduct of a living planet. It is the physical manifestation of a highly specific, highly improbable evolutionary gauntlet. Looking at the macro scale, our planet operates as an isolated biological laboratory that somehow managed to pass every single stage of that bottleneck. Astrophysicists believe that we will eventually find complex amino acids or even basic forms of alien life on other worlds. Amino acids are organic molecules that combine to form proteins, the basic building blocks of life. But the mathematical odds of finding an alien 2x4 are functionally zero. Even if another planet manages to grow tall biological structures, the specific cellular matrix of the trees we have on Earth is not a universal constant. It is a unique, unrepeatable historical accident. Bring your focus back to the room you are sitting in right now. Look at your wooden desk or the cheap No. 2 pencil. Because everyday wood is a complete biological monopoly, that pencil you are holding is technically a more exotic, harder to produce substance than the dense, burning core of a dying star.